Alright, so speaking of mannerisms, you see this little male right behind that mum bush there. You can tell the males, if I can get a shot here, you can tell the males have kind of a bronzy, smooth chest. It's about the way I've been able to identify it. But this little guy here is the smallest one in the entire pen and makes the loudest ruckus. And not loud at all. It's not. It's not that it's loud, but he's the chirpiest of them all. And this is his end of the coop, of the little aviary, whatever you want to call it. And as I observe him, he just doesn't allow anybody else over here. So really interesting. The females seem to come to him, and I guess based off his call or whatever. But yeah, this is his end. I have one more male down on that end, and I guess the two have compromised um, that they'll never bump noses again. And like I said, the bobwhites stay together. They're usually just like a little pack of wolves, but not wolves by any means. They're very just soft-spoken and sweet. I read an article once that they called them gentlemen bobs, and I understand why. They just seem to be very polite birds as compared to the Coturnix. The Coturnix, remind me of one of nature's little dinosaurs, or just complete a bird, complete chicken. But the bobwhites, they are, like I said, very polite, soft personalities, a beautiful call, and um, um, very docile. But they don't seem to be bothered by the Coturnix, and I've noticed that I assume because they stay in a kind of a pack that the Coturnix don't seem to bother him. Every once in a while, you'll see a bobwhite on his own, and the Coturnix, peck a little bit at him or whatever. But oh, good. I planted some basil. It's called African blue basil over here because it grows so fast, and I enjoy finding new things for these guys to munch on. As I told you, I've segregated this pen over here, just trying to get some grass and clover and oats and things back in there, because these guys turn out to be just little prolific grazers, eating everything in sight, which I didn't know that based off my readings before I got them. As I told you, I think it was yesterday or the day before, this is a holy basil plant. Um, I transplanted into the pen, and if it's hard to tell, but you can see up here is very leafy. We got the buds going here. Bees love that, by the way. And down here, just really not a leaf of any kind down there at the bottom. So proud to see they like that. And over here by that cinder block and over on the end, I've transplanted some lemon balm, which is also a very fast grower. Just to see if like I said, if I can get some greenery in here before winter sets in, and um, get my plan ready for spring. I believe once spring hits, a little more moisture and just it's the heat. We're going dormant right now in a lot of plants, so I'm kind of out of luck. But I really enjoy finding things like these mums here. As you can see, this mum here, and I got one right back here. You can see they really have kind of nested out a hole there, but and they've eaten most of this side of that mum, as you can see. And I just found those at Lowe's. They seem to really enjoy those. So all the birds are out right now. They really enjoy. You can see that one crawling up the tree trunk there. They love height. They love getting up high, and almost exclusively it's the bobwhites that try to get up to a higher elevation. I've never seen a Coturnix on a log. They seem to be predominantly ground dwellers. But all these things I've learned are not, I did not learn through websites and the readings that I had. So really taking me by surprise. But certainly fun to watch. Certainly fun to be a part of and watch them, how they integrate. But here in about 10 minutes, like clockwork, every one of them will be in the back at ready for bed. They all kind of nestle up together and then part ways in the morning. I throw a little bit of scratch down on that little walkway there every morning and evening. They seem to enjoy that rather than eating out of a feeder or whatever the case may be. However you feed them, it's up to you. I just really like this kind of environment. It's soothing for me, and I'm not in it for egg production or meat production or anything like that. So it is first hobby of my entire life. I'm 55 years old. I've never had a hobby, and this is it. I starting to sell my eggs. I get about 15 eggs a day on most days, and I'm starting to sell those now. So very interesting. Anyway, I think I'm boring y'all to death. I appreciate it. You guys have a great evening. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.